Hi, I'm Tax CPA Jim Trippon with some words of education on IRS audits. An IRS audit is a serious matter. Your early moves will decide the difference between success and failure. Do you have an IRS audit? Here's what you should be doing first. The most important thing to do when you receive an IRS audit notice is do not panic. As a CPA with over 27 years of experience dealing with IRS audits, I know that many times a taxpayer will get themselves in deep trouble just by mishandling the initial audit contact. Your initial contact from the IRS may be in the form of a letter or by an IRS auditor showing up at your home or place of work. In either case, you need to take control of the situation or you will get pushed around. Of course, most taxpayers are so startled or get so intimidated by the initial audit contact that it's easy for the IRS to steamroll them. Don't let this happen to you. Remember, in an audit situation, just like if you were pulled over by a state trooper, anything you say will become part of your permanent record and it can be used against you in assessing additional taxes, penalties, and interest. So don't be stupid or get ugly with the auditor. The best thing to say is almost nothing at all. Politely inform the auditor that you'd be happy to meet for the audit once you've had an opportunity to read their audit request and assemble your records and receipts for inspection. Then shut up. Being chatty can destroy your rights, and you may say the wrong thing if you misunderstand a question. Or even worse, you might get yourself hurt if the auditor misunderstands your answer or misconstrues your intent. So once again, the best thing to do after telling the auditor that you'll be happy to schedule the audit is to simply shut up. Never allow an auditor to start your audit on the spot or without giving you an opportunity to assemble your files and pull your receipts out of storage. Typically, they'll give you 3 or 4 weeks to get your files together. Now, here's a tax audit insider secret. One approach that I typically use, which I've just outlined, will work about 75% of the time. But about 25% of the time, the IRS auditor will play a little game I like to call Inspector Columbo. Remember those old TV shows with Inspector Columbo? I'm sorry, but I'm showing my age. Columbo was that detective whose signature look was a disheveled trench coat. He'd always have just one more question. Well, that's a game some IRS auditors will play. It goes something like this. You say, I'll be happy to address any of your questions and provide you all the required records when we have our audit appointment. Let me review your audit document request and let's schedule our audit for, let's say, 3 or 4 weeks from now to give me a chance to assemble my files from storage. The auditor will respond something like this. No problem. I just have a few questions right now for my records. For example, what's your current place of work? And what banks do you have all of your accounts with? And give me a copy of all of your phone numbers, your home, your work, and your cell. And by the way, what's your current permanent home address? Wow, you just got Columboed. Here's your answer to the Columbo-style auditor from the IRS. Your response is, as I mentioned, I'll be happy to address all of your questions when we have our audit appointment. I will not answer any questions at this time before I have a chance to consult with my tax advisor. Good day. Now, it's okay at this point to hang up the phone or politely, and I mean politely, close the door if the IRS is at your home or business. And please don't misunderstand me. I am not suggesting you act rudely to an IRS agent or mislead anyone. But what I am saying, it's way too premature for you to be giving the IRS any specific collection-related information before it's even been determined if you owe any tax. That, in my mind, is like getting measured for a hangman's noose before you've even gone to trial. And of course, I can tell you that after 27 years as a CPA, I've seen endless horror stories of people who thought they could handle audit without any professional help. That generally ends up about as well as representing yourself in court in a criminal trial. Make no mistake, an audit is much like a criminal trial, except that you go through the audit with much fewer legal rights than you'd have in a courtroom. So what do you do if you get a visit from the IRS or receive an audit notice? The best response after going through the routine I just described is get yourself some competent representation. Nothing will stop the IRS dead in their tracks faster than to inform an auditor that you're represented by a licensed tax professional and that auditor should speak with the professional directly and only with the professional. At that point, the auditor knows that he will not be able to buffalo you into doing something stupid or saying something incriminating. With just a little bit of education and discipline not to be chatty, your IRS audit will go as smooth as possible. Now, do you need help finding the IRS? Call us at Trippon & Company CPAs at 713-661-1040. We can represent IRS audit clients in all 50 states, and our phones are answered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call us now and put our 27 years of experience to work for you today.